What you are about to see is a reenactment of an actual meeting that took place in June of 2010.
So this report is showing a 74% ROI, is that right? Yes, it is. So I must admit that I'm surprised, but realistically, I've never seen the process in action. So all I've seen is a typical telemarketing process.
Right. And as I said before, using the telephone for prospecting is as different from your day-to-day use of the phone as driving in a professional car race is different from the day-to-day use of your car.
Yep.
And that's why we all love to hate telemarketers. They break all the rules of business etiquette. My program, the teleScout program, actually respects the recipient of the call and makes an effort not to interrupt people in the middle of their day. So think of it as telemarketing is the negative one extreme, not using the phone at all is the other extreme, and the teleScout program is the perfect balance. It is respectful, it is consistent, and it grows and or maintains your business.
Right. So we've been striving for working smarter for a long time now, and this really is working smarter. It still remains in the working hard category because it's obviously still hard work, but it really seems to be focused on business to business. Is that correct? It's a business to business focused program?
Exactly. Who better than yourself to know that business to business marketing strategy is very, very different. And think about it this way. Regardless of how far technology has taken us, we still need someone to hammer in the nails to build the house. We still need someone to drive the trucks to deliver the fresh produce to the store. So there's always going to be an element of hard work that we have to do. But this teleScout program makes the necessary telephone work as easy and as successful as it can possibly be.
So according to these numbers, you called more numbers when what we normally identify as the slow time. Then when things picked up, you've called even more numbers. So when does the program get a rest?
Well, when do you take a rest from breathing? You can live a week without food, days without water, but only minutes without air. This program is like putting your company on the air.
Right.
We breathe out when we're delivering the message. We breathe in when we're setting the appointments. If your company is not using the telephone properly and on an ongoing basis, your company isn't breathing.
Right. So I also see here that some of the people that we met with in the fall of 2010 were ones that responded to the campaign in January of 2010. So you kept track of these people specifically?
Yes, we did. Actually, sometimes a campaign falls at a time of year when the prospect can't spend money or they don't even have the time to look at it. So we call and we find out when is a good time to get back to you on this. And again, we're respectful, we don't interrupt, we avoid that. And you can see that we booked another 12% between October and August and another 15% in January, a full year later.
Well, I've never had anyone complain about your phoning effort, and actually I've had more compliments about the fact that you stayed focused and you stayed in touch with them and that it was unobtrusive in their day as well. So just another question, do you need a better CRM tool to make the program work?
Oh, not at all. Your database is just fine. In fact, I've run this teleScout program on just an Excel spreadsheet, so I wouldn't put money there. I would recommend, however, perhaps bringing in another salesperson, another closer.
Yeah.
And in fact, you can use the teleScout program as an introductory to sales. We'll train them, we'll test them, and believe me, they'll appreciate the telescouts once they advance and are promoted into full-time closing.
Yeah, I bet they will. Yeah. It's certainly an asset for them. So the list that we purchased, they turned out to be okay, did they?
As good as can be expected. You know, things are changing so much today. You just have to be willing to sit down and weed out the dead wood and find the prospects. I've never purchased a list there that did not pay for itself twice over. In fact, you can buy those lists right off of my website now.
Great.
For Canada and U.S.
Excellent. So basically the formula worked and it keeps on working?
Our formulas are airtight. They never fail. It's all in the manual. 36 pages, one-sided. It doubles as a workbook, so plenty of room for them to take notes. And it's only $50 to download off of my website. And for that, I will give a 1-hour consultation.
$50, anyone can basically give it a try. And it instructs on the entire process?
It does. And for $150, I'll send a hard copy and give 3 hours of instruction.
Okay. So is that table for figuring out how many calls have to be made to achieve a specific target? Is that still on your website?
Yes, it is.
So what's the URL again?
It's Alternatives Unlimited Inc. Inc.com.
There it is.
Great. The actual manual, and here's where the video is going to go. That's where
There's the table.
Yeah. No, that's the list. The table's over here.